how we ended up with that. Something we never see. I can say that because we hardly ever see it. It's so rare.
Totally not the draft. There we go. We are ready to go. This time, Construction Crew, I believe, has first pick, first ban, and they are going to be red once more.
Yeah, so Construction Crew has banned Sylvanas. A little bit of an odd one, but it makes a little more sense given the fact that we are on Haunted Mines, and she is so incredibly strong here. Crimson Mist are going to ban Tassadar, which kind of made me think that they were going to go for a Zeratul, but so far, not yet. Pickup so far, Jaina for Construction Crew. She was their first pick, and then Crimson Mist grabbed Leoric and Zagara.
All right, so remember how I said some of that top four kind of power ring right now is between Jaina, Leoric, Zagara, and Zeratul? Not too much of a surprise to see three of them here. The Tassadar ban is a little curious because if Crimson Mist wanted to run a Zeratul because they did ban out the Tassadar, yeah, they kind of lost their opportunity to do that. And now Construction Crew with their next picks does look like, surprise, surprise, well, you're going to ban out one of our counters? That's cool. Once more, Uther, Zeratul, and now joined by Jaina. Construction Crew could even go single tank Abathur at the end of this. They have a hat for the Zeratul ganks, and then they have a double Johanna on the back of it, plus Soak in the top area. It's like Construction Crew's getting everything on a silver platter here.
They really are, and they have the opportunity to possibly go into the Abathur like you mentioned, because the next bans have come through, and Tyrande will be the ban of choice from Crimson Mist. So they're really focusing on taking out these sort of Sapassins, half support, half assassin type heroes. They took out Tassadar, they took out Tyrande, and I'm wondering if maybe they're trying to stop the potential of the Mule? What is it exactly about these two heroes that they really don't want? The Tassadar maybe made sense if they were like trying to stop it with shields, but I don't even know anymore.
All right, so usually if you pick an Uther and you ban him, Halfarian, you're gonna see Rhaegar, but this is 2 for 2. Crimson Mist is putting all their hopes and dreams into the Flying Rat. I mean the Brightwing, and Nazeebo to be joining them there as well. The double specialist is real. They got themselves the Leoric already. Crimson Mist just needs to finish off with an actual damage, or again, a double heal, double warrior could actually do good for their front line because they got Zagara and Nazeebo in the back. They just got to play for a little bit more of a late game.
Yeah, maybe they could do something like an Arthas, and then they'd have the Syndragosa. Construction Crew also need a warrior, so they're going to pick up Vala for another damage dealer, and then all warriors are still on the table, except for Leoric, who's picked up for Crimson Mist, so we could see a Johanna here.
Yeah, go Johanna.
I think it will be Johanna.
Arthas actually is not a bad idea here either, because the zone control he affords, especially in like the winding mines, you got a lot of mercenaries down there, a lot of creeps all over the place. Plus he can pick up all the Zagara tumors, the Raging Tempest or the Frozen Tempest will work out good against zombies as well. I mean, it's not a bad way to go.
Yeah, he's so nice to have versus Zagara for the creep clear, and the fact that he does have Syndragosa possibility with which not having a Sylvanas, you can still lock down structures, keep them from attacking for a while. They can get a very strong push going with the Golem. The only issue is that he doesn't have, very much in terms of like CC initiation. He's just really got the Howling Blast, which is that it's a skill shot. So as long as they're comfortable and confident on Arthas, then maybe they can make that work. But it looks like they will go for the Muradin, so they're gonna have lots of stuns between him and Uther.
Yeah, the lockdown is going to be absolutely real. Now, Crimson Mist, there is still a Kael'thas on the board, and if they do pick up the Kael'thas, basically Crimson Mist traded out Johanna for Leoric, but they got the same draft. And if they do go for this, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but they didn't win game number 1 against a bot Vala from Construction Crew, so I would have expected them to swap it up a little bit. So I'm still looking like they could still easily go Johanna here. Johanna, Leoric, you got yourselves a great frontliner. The Bruiser, Leoric, like both of them are very tanky. Leoric can do a lot of self-sustain. It keeps a little bit of edge off of Brightwing. And then you got Nazeebo, who has self-sustain. Zagara with her creep tumors as well by the end of it. Like, that is not a bad comp for Brightwing. I mean, it's probably not going to win against Jaina Zeratul Burst, but at the same time, if they can survive and keep pushing into the late game, they're just going to get better and better.
More importantly, not only do they have the potential, right, for a Brightwing to do well, but more importantly, we have the potential for another Volabot for Construction Crew.
Is Country Ken setting himself up here?
I don't know.
Is that what you're saying?
Country Ken, I mean, what?
Wow! Is that a real pick? Is that the real Gaz Lord that we see for Haunted Mine?
Has the Gazlo emerged? Triple Specialist, Brightwing Leoric.
Meta.
I don't have words for.
Meta.
Okay, so my thought is the 4 Leoric, Zagara, Brightwing, Nazebo are the ones that go into the mines, and then maybe Gazlo just pushes, or maybe they just keep pushing. But then Construction Crew just come up, take them out, and then go into the mines and pick up skulls.
So I have confirmed with Crimson Mist that is their actual pickup.
All right.
So, yep. That's the thing. That is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Crimson Mist with the triple spec single tank Leoric. We don't see a lot of that in the higher end kind of games here in North America, here and anywhere really. Because Leoric is a great bruiser to go with the double tank. You don't ever want him to be the big focus on the front line, but you do want him to be there in terms of just trying to bully out the opponents. So Johanna, Muradin, Arthas is absolutely sick with him because you can't get away. Like, Leoric will slow you on swing, Arthas will root you, Arthas will slow you with the Frozen Tempest. Like, what do you do against that? What do you do? But none of that. Crimson Mist is putting their hopes and dreams here into the Gaz Lord.
Yeah, and I think Construction Crew were really able to make that solo Leoric work last game because they did have a double support. So they had the potential to still be able to heal through the damage that's being put onto him because they still had 2 different people to heal, and they had a lot of control between the stuns from Uther and Tyrande. So I don't know about the solo Leoric. I also don't know about Triple Specialist, but we'll see. I think if one place could be the place to do it, it might be Haunted Mines. Haunted
Mines is definitely a little bit more atypical when it comes to the ebb and flow. I mean, the mines are so powerful. Once upon a time, you could actually just straight out ignore mines and just push straight through, but it's not quite the case anymore. Triple Specialist, as you said, like if there's any place for it to work, it's probably going to be here or Battlefield of Eternity, because both of them are just kind of unique when it comes to their stall-outable objectives. Like, there's no forced timing on any of this. But either way, we're going to have to see what is about to happen here on the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. Crimson Mist. It's going to be once more representing blue. Vetricon coming in. Soru Riku. Tribe 77, Monkey, and Crimson. Oh, that skin. Look at that Gazlo skin. There you are, Crimson Mist.
And on the mechanical, it's like the Butchers, I believe. Mechanical bull, that's pretty sweet. On the red side, we have Construction Crew with Retruption from Gore, TJ USA, Countrykin, and Sin.
All right, Countrykin, show us that you have the connections to be here. Off to the races as they go. Nobody quite going to be dying for that eye early on, but you know, both teams do actually pick it up. What will be the split here? I mean, Nazebo could easily solo, Zagara could easily solo. At the same time, probably Jaina left her own devices. There's no Sylvanas here to counter. So 4-1 split, or well, as it looks like bottom 4-4 as they're about to confront each other.
Roaches do reveal TJ USA from Gore and Sin hiding in the bushes. We're gonna have turrets there to try to maybe keep Gore from being able to follow, and we will blink away. So far it looks like Construction Crew, realizing Crimson Mist's ability to push, have decided not to push really themselves as much as try to stop it. And will they be able to get Soriko? It looks like yes, as Monkey was body blocking her just a little too much.
Just a little. Yeah, just a little. So, you know, first blood, not a problem. It is actually going to be Muradin up top, and Muradin up against Nazebo. Well, that should easily favor Nazebo, but it's all about the party lane bottom, at least for another 20 seconds. We should have those mines spawning about the 130 mark.
Monkey now is very low. Gonna try to Wraith Walk away. We'll be able to just barely missing. Yeah, Frostbolt. He felt the wind off of that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. And a little bit of the zone control coming in there from Crimson. His turrets are actually starting to hit a little bit more than probably the Construction Crew actually realizes, because they keep diving for these, right? They keep going in and in, looking for these takedowns. So those turrets are actually getting a good amount of value. You got some roaches out there as well. And once again, they go in, they're looking for it. They will find the stun on top of Tribes, but it's not exactly the CC turn we had like last round. There's nobody in this bottom lane to combo with Uther Stun.
Yeah, Crimson Mist is basically just sieging. They slowly start to move those turrets forward more and more, and Construction Crew is kind of stalled out of trying to get any ganks. They're staying so close to those turrets. Now the mines have spawned. It looks like all members of Crimson Mist are going to go in there on bottom and start spreading out, trying to get as many of those skulls as they can. But Nazebo is going to go down up top, and that's a little bit of an issue here. Now it's a 5v4, and Construction Crew can start heading straight in to try to take out some of these other members.
We have those centrifugal hooks again. We'll have to see if that helps Zagara into this bottom lane. But that was a really nice, a convergence onto top because they knew that they weren't going to go bottom. Zagara gets no help out of those banelings as she does drop, and now Monkey is going to be even bullied out of this one as well. Crimson setting up shop, but will this be enough to hold out against Lyric? Not quite. Stun there didn't actually quite land on the mark there either. So Crimson's going to hoof it out of there. 27 skulls to 15. Sin not going to be cleaning up the top left. Looks like FetraCon into the top right, just trying to get as many skulls as he can for his team. And Retribution and crew, do they actually know that Nazebo's there? They got some pings out. They will find him. Not sure it's going to be a kill, but they will end the skull spree at 35.
35 each team, and Nazebo is down once again. Right. So yeah, he will go down. And now only the Golem is remaining down in the bottom. Looks like both teams are going to head back out and try to just push back the lanes once more. They have to be very careful versus the push of Crimson Mist. Look at the bottom already. One tower nearly down. The gate is halfway down too, and those turrets are doing serious work to the towers. Yeah,
as I said, like the early game is just not going to be here. Triple Specialist not exactly there for the team fights, as Crimson is about to find out. He drops. Monkey goes right through all the banelings with that spirit form. But hey, double tower is now achieved. We're still about a half level behind, however, because Construction Crew with 6 takedowns to their name and now even more skulls coming into it, they are poised to win that race to 10 in very convincing fashion, especially if they get 7, and we're not even close to that for this upcoming Golem push.
2 members took out that Golem completely, 65 to 35 now for the skulls. So not going to be a very big Golem pushing on the side of Crimson Mist. Construction Crew about to pick up their level 7 talents. Looking at some of the talents picked up thus far. FetraCon, by the way, got caught by his own zombie wall.
I saw.
We have Protective Shield this time for Uther, so it looks like it was the Holy Radiance pickup last time because they already had a Protective Shield for the Tyrande. Also, we've got the Reverberation build for Muradin and the W build, so multi-shot build for Vala. Different builds here.
Yeah, no Q build this time. The multi-shot will be great in terms of the bottom, right? All the skulls and skeletons that you need to be picking up. It's great for the wave clear. It's great for the mercenaries in the mid. It's great for the massive team fights. There's nobody really to kind of catch out here, right? All the aggression is probably going to be coming out of Construction Crew, and if they're aggressing upon the enemy team, you're not really going to find too many targets by themselves, or at least, well, that's the theory behind it. So I think multi-shot's definitely a really good idea here, especially since already great fights already, 6 takedowns, they're pushing in, they're going to grab another one here. Yeah, the multi-shot build I think is phenomenal.
Golem is a little bit of the MVP for Construction Crew. He slammed and stunned Nazebo, and then a follow-up. Stormbolt was able to take him out. Peekaboo is going to go down. He's going to be able to see the members, but what can you really do off of it? The towers have now, or the turrets have been cleaned up for Gazlo. He's going to be trying to throw out that Death Laser, so some damage on Retribution, who is moving in and trying to take out the rest of this wall so the Golem can continue to move on into the fort.
Well, Golem will get to the fort, but I don't think it's going to even have a chance of taking it down. Pushing in up against Nazebo, pushing up against Zagara, against Gazlo, that's a heck of a defensive front from these guys. So, Crimson Mist, they're not really falling as behind as one might have thought. They were very smart, stayed behind their wall. There was no confrontations right there for Construction Crew to capitalize on. So they will actually still, be lagging behind in this race to 10. They are level 9 compared to the 7. But Crimson Mist, I don't think they're quite out of this yet.
Yeah, their Golem actually did more damage. The fort's halfway down. No mules on either side. Actually, Nazebo took a mule, so not going to be getting Gip in there. So they will be able to start healing up that mule potentially. But Starbolt's going to go down on Tribes. They will be able to pick up the takedown on Brightwing.
So, you saw that, right?
What happened?
FetraCon zombie walled the Brightwing.
No!
That's why he died.
Poor buddy. And now Zagara is going to go down too as Country Kin throwing down the Rain of Vengeance. will be able to secure that takedown on Zagara.
Level 10s are here. Monkey could not really afford to stick around. 2 levels down. Now already, you know, Zagara out. We got just more and more damage. You're gasping in surprise at something.
Haymaker was picked up for Muradin.
The better ults, as our good friend Rurikon would say.
Yeah, it's questionable, but that is what he says. The rest are very standard: Water Elemental, Divine Shield, and well, there's the Water Elemental helping take down Nazebo in quick fashion. Void Prison also for Construction Crew.
All right, so the levels, let's take a quick look at Gaslow while we have the chance. Break it down, reduce, reuse, recycle, the triple R's, and rocket turret. Okay, not entirely too sure the rocket turret excels what I would have gone. Definitely would have gone for the slowing turrets instead of the multi-shot, but Crimson really wants to make sure he hits as hard as he can for as many targets as he can. And with this comp, you know, we're going down. The skulls are about to come out. We still don't have 10. Like, this has to be a spread, get as many skulls as you can, get out and push kind of idea from Crimson Mist, because they're not going to be winning any fights coming into this.
Stormbolt goes down on Sororiku, and there is the Haymaker into the rest of the team. Hammer of Justice goes down, and so does Zagara. So now already one takedown here, and it's a 5v4 in favor of Construction Crew. We're moving in. Blizzard with Snowstorm is going to be able to take out Gazlowe, and Brightwing 2 will fall. Monkey is going to try to maybe just get as many skulls as he can. Nazebo, Fetricon already trying to run out, as Retribution might be in a little bit of trouble here, but can Wraith walk away? Both are going to leave. They did pick up 40 skulls, so it's not too big of an issue here for them to leave and try to merc up.
So, yeah, as I said, get down, get as many skulls as you can. Now you have to get up and push and push and push. You got a little bit of leeway. That golem's down is already at half and dropping fast, but again, you know, you got to get in and do as much damage as you can into these lanes. I like this as well. Crimson Mist is going for the Merc Steal, so there's not going to be any kind of Stone Bro pressure from Construction Crew for the defense, but could this actually be a little bit of a collapse? Well, we don't really have anyone to kind of combo there with TJ, so this should be a free and clear, just quite a little bit of a victory for Crimson. They got 40 skulls, which is more than last time. They stole out the defenses. If Construction Crew isn't careful, this golem's going to go straight up to that keep.
And on top of that, they did pick up their heroic abilities, and there is a potential for a pretty good Wombo combo, as they've got the Gravo Bomb 3000, Devouring Maw 2, and then they've got the March of the Black King, Gargantuan for Nazebo, and Blink Heal for Brightwing to round out that composition. And now we have the Mule already down. The Void Prison goes on every single member of Crimson Mist, except for Zagara, who is going to be trying to get back in, but Gazlowe is already down. So is Jaina, though, so it's a 1-for-1 here. Devouring Maw doesn't pick up anybody, but they have pushed off Construction Crew for a little bit, at least.
You know what? I gotta say, Sororiku right there surprised the heck out of me by throwing out that Maw as far away as he did. Had he been a split second later, he would have actually caught the Mirrodin. Like, Mirrodin immediately jumped basically right into the Maw, but it was just a little bit too preemptive. That could have been absolutely amazing, but still, despite the best efforts of that Mule, the top fort will go down. Bottom fort is gonna drop there as well. You gotta see TJ USA and Country Ken into the bottom. They were very intent and very aware that this bottom push could actually be deadly without the help of those Stone Bros. So a split push, a split defense, and the first blood, finally, for Crimson Mist. As I said, they're not out of this yet, but they're still lagging behind.
Yeah, in terms of experience, they really need to get caught back up. They've got to start looking towards those lanes. They've got one level until they pick up their level 13 Talons, and Construction Crew are trying to make something happen here. Sororiku is going to get stunned by the Stormbolt. Will we see the Haymaker? There's the Haymaker straight into the rest of the team, and Rain of Vengeance catches Zagara Monkey, and looks like Tribes 2 will be out for now. So 2 down already for Crimson Mist. Construction Crew, going to go ahead and disengage here. They got what they wanted. They can go back up, pick up the Bruisers, and force Crimson Mist to play even more faster.
All right, got to play a little bit of defense here on top of this fort because of such huge aggression. That's a big creep wave there, and it's the only fort they kind of got left. Nobody did touch those mid Bruisers, and now it's going to be a very quick turnover here to Construction Crew, and they're just going to go right back to the pushing game. There's no secondary objectives left to get. There's no announcement of skulls, and there probably won't be for another 30 to 60 seconds at this point. And another VP going down, but it does also hit that fort again.
Gravel Bomb misses and does not hit anybody. Haymaker straight into a whole bunch of people who got picked up from the Devouring Mob, but Zagara did go down here, and now she is once again a 5v4 in favor of Construction Crew. We're trying really hard to take out Crimson here. Frumgar is on the chase and will be able to catch him, and Monkey will go down too, so now everybody's still up in Construction Crew. They're going to be able to pick up this fort here and pick up even the tower as they're going to continue their experience lead.
Yeah, and Retribution, it's really hard actually to say it intentionally wrong. I mean, he was just in the front. They're like, oh, maybe we can get this mirrored in, but nope. How long is the cooldown on that Haymaker? Only 40 seconds. Like, you saw it get one kill. He came right back after those bruises, and they took down another with it. As well, because of that Maw, it actually screwed up the March of the Black King from Leoric. It hit nobody. Nobody. It was like just going from bad to worse. That whole setup from Crimson Crew was just absolutely not in their favor. And now because they're all down, they got no forts, they got no presence, this is already 62 of those 70 skulls into the pockets of Construction Crew. If they get the full 70, then the only recourse left for Crimson Mist is to get the big guy.
Yeah, when you set up to have one of those heroic into heroic into heroic, those wombo combos, it really shows a team's ability to, their tenacity and their ability to stay cool under pressure when things start going wrong and they're still able to kind of execute them at the correct timing. That was the case where they weren't able to do so. The Devouring Mob pulled people out of the March of the Black King, and that's the problem with going for a combo like that, is when it does mess up, it really costs your team, and that was the case in that fight. All of the skulls, once again, have been picked up. The Golem went to Crimson Mist, but they've only got 30. So they only got skulls off of that Golem. And another, once again, 70 skull Golem pushing, as already there's a Grabber Bomb into not much of anything, as nobody goes down from it. Zagara is down. Retribution, Divine Shielded, may not be able to get away here. Has to walk through the gate, will be able to do so.
And another VP going down. Tribes and Crimson now stuck into that one. The Haymaker on top of Monkey. Not exactly the Petricon target they were looking for, but Retribution has actually gotten in, gotten that Zagara, and gotten out with his life intact. The Dwarf has many tales over a drink at the tavern a little bit later, but 100 Skull Golem, not quite. It is going to be 70-30 split, but big pushes coming in. Big burst there from Frumgar. Gets in, gets the damage, and wormholes away. And that will be just going, again, bad to worse here for Crimson. They have a really nice, solid defense comp, but these pickoffs are just really starting to take their toll.
This Golem is going to be able to pick up the keep. That Blizzard does so much to Petricon, and Frumgar will be able to finish him off. Now he's using the Singularity Spike on Crimson to slow him down, try to catch up to him, and will even pick up Gazlowe on top of it. Trying to get away now just a little bit. Monkey's so incredibly low. And they'll get not only Leoric, but because of the Haymaker, Sororiku is going to go down as well. A team wipe in favor of Construction Crew, and they're going to take this series.
That will be game, ladies and gentlemen. 4 levels up, 25 takedowns to 1. We are going to say good game, well played to Construction Crew as they move on here in the August Road to BlizzCon North America Open. Construction Crew coming out swinging, I got to say. Even with that Valabot, they did some phenomenal work. But guess who they're up against next, Gilly?
It's going to be Tempo Storm.
RIP! They're going to go from Crimson Mist to Tempo Storm. What a leap right there. Of course, Tempo Storm, veritably the #1 team NNA. They dropped actually their first game in a long, or first set of matches in a long time against Maelstrom in Kings of the Storm finals. But when it comes down to it, Construction Crew have a tall order to fill coming up.
Yeah, I don't think that they can hope that KO will go for Baneling Zagara builds.
You can hope.
You can't hope that. You never know. KO might surprise us, but it is going to be a tall order for Construction Crew. And we will, I think, be bringing that game in our next matchup.
Yeah, we will. So congratulations, Construction Crew. They move on here to the round of 64 when they have to face off against Tempo Storm. Crimson Mist, very entertaining stuff, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough to bring home a win. Hopefully they're going to be able to go back over these replays and just see a little bit of where they went wrong, a little bit of the play, and come back as a stronger team. We do encourage you guys to keep, practicing. Wow, sorry. That was really funny.
Right?
Yeah, no, we're good. So,
all right.
Yeah. Keep practicing. Keep being a team. Don't disband. Don't be like the rest of those North American teams. Just stick together, learn, and come back swinging next time, guys.
Yeah, There's still plenty of places that you'll be able to compete and get better in practice. And I'm really excited to see how Construction Crew can fare against Tempo Storm in the next set.
All right, so we're going to set that up for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We are not going anywhere. Construction Crew's moving on. Tempo Storm's coming into the fray, and Forecourt and Gilly are going to be here to cover it all.